Hello everyone. Today we will learn a description from the lesson The Treasure Within from Unit 5 Part A of the 8th Standard English Textbook SSC Board Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. On to the pattern to follow for the description. Firstly, imagine yourself as that person. Express all the possible feelings that the person would have at that particular moment, and we need to be focused on the incident which has been mentioned in the question. On to the question. In the lesson The Treasure Within, you have read the interview between Hafiz contractor and Bela Raja. Now, describe the inner feelings of Hafiz about his failures and success in his life. You may focus on his behavior, his studies, hardships he faced, and realization. On to the description. Firstly, write first person description in capital letters to show that the point of view is from a first person point of view. That is, you yourself are imagining yourself to be Hafiz contractor and describing. That's what it means. I just wonder, is it me who is an architect now? How naughty I was. How mischievous a boy I was. I never bothered to study at all. Mathematics exam was just a nightmare for me. It used to haunt me like anything. And now it is me, an architect, who is making a living with mathematics. I really marvel how this transformation could happen at all. So here we see how his childhood days were and how shocking it is for himself to believe that he is the one who is an architect, because he just hated mathematics. He was so phobic about mathematics and he used to get nightmares about mathematics. And you know, architecture is all about mathematics. So it is a real wonder that has happened. I remember the days when I used to be much interested in sports and never cared to even open my books. My books were so brand new that the children used to reserve my books for the next year. I used to play pranks, plan gang fights, and cause a distraction in the classroom when I was not interested in studies, and play chor police. I still remember Mrs. Gupta, who saw my sketches and told me that one day I'll become an architect. Now he recollects his school days, how he used to play pranks, waste his time, always play around, roam around, and never concentrate on the studies, and then how he used to create a distraction whenever he was not interested. All those days he is recollecting how different he was, how opposite he was in terms of academics. As he is now a successful architect, he recollects how his childhood days were. And then he especially recollects Mrs. Gupta, who could see the positive stroke in Hafiz contractor. I still remember Mrs. Gupta, who saw my sketches and told me that one day I'll become an architect. I never believed in myself, but yet my teacher believed in me. She was right. I wonder how she could guess my future. I think I was lucky enough to have a cousin who was willing to teach me French. That is where my journey with architecture began. So here we see the turning point in Hafiz's life. That is, firstly he had an idea that he might become an architect with his teacher recognizing his talent. But he never believed in himself, nor did he ever believe that that's going to come, the dream is going to come true. But he was really lucky to have got a cousin whose husband was an architect, and he got an opportunity to enter the architect's office. That is where his journey in architecture began. My sketches of my childhood helped me find out that the sketch made by that person was faulty. And there is where I was chosen to be a part of architecture. So we all know in the architect's office a person had drawn the sketches of the window in a wrong way, and Hafiz contractor, without any prior knowledge, without any prior training, he could identify that the sketch was wrong, because right from the childhood he used to make sketches. He and his a friend used to have a competition in making sketches. That knowledge helped him have an idea about the three-dimensional, the dimension in which it would open, and that is how he got an entry into the field of architecture. The entrance exam results I got was like a gift for me. That was the beginning of a successful career. When I made buttons for my classmates or thought of constructing dams when there was a heavy downpour, I never guessed that it was my skill. I had something hidden inside me. So here we see Hafiz's thinking was entirely different from the others. When his friends did not have button in their shirts and their school was very strict, he used to make buttons with the chalk piece. So he was such a skilled person he was. And then when there was rain, children generally think of playing, or they just watch, they just gaze at the rain. But Hafiz's brain used to calculate how much is the rainfall. Downpour means rainfall. How much is the rainfall? What type of dam should I construct? What would be the capacity of the dam? How should be the structure of the dam? All these things were going on in his mind, and he thought that he wasn't the like the other kids, as talented as them. But he never realized that he was very different, very unique, very remarkable in his ways. And now he could recollect and understand how different he was from the others. His thought was unique. As I started exploring, new ideas came into my mind. I went to the extent of overtaking even the most brilliant and the top grade students. So now, as he is into the architecture field, he didn't get settled with the little money or the little success he had. He went on exploring with his talent. He went on soaring high. He went on making new goals, and that is how now he is on par with the other brilliant students. Other children might have got top grades in their schools, but now as a successful architect, he is far in a higher position than them. From this, I could understand that mathematics is not just solving problems. It is a base for construction, psychology, sociology, and making a sketch from all that. So now this man who had hated or was afraid of mathematics, frightened of mathematics, is now dealing with mathematics in a practical way. So this is how we write a description. Hope this session was useful to you. Please leave a comment in the comment box. Thank you and have a nice day. Please click the like button, for which I'll be very happy. Thank you once again.